It's time to predict the scores for game week 27 of this 2024-2025 Premier League season. As you can notice, I'm here on my own this evening. Nathan is otherwise engaged. However, he has passed me on his predictions for me to share with you all. A real quick turnaround as well this week, as these matches take place on Tuesday the 25th, Wednesday the 26th and Thursday the 27th of February, which means there'll be no fancy graphics in this video. I'll just get straight in to all the action, and the action kicks off on Tuesday evening at 7:30 in the UK, down on the south coast. A little bit of a derby this one. Brighton and Hove Albion against Bournemouth. Brighton, an excellent demolishing of Southampton over the weekend, and Bournemouth succumbing to a loss against Wolves. So in this one, it's going to be tight, but I think Brighton will come through 2-1. Nathan, on the other hand, he's gone for Desmond. He thinks it's going to be a bit of a goal fest. He's gone for Brighton 2, Bournemouth 2. Next up, we go to London, where Crystal Palace take on Aston Villa. Palace currently in 13th position in the league, and it was an excellent away win against Fulham over the weekend. They came away with a 2-0 victory there. Been doing really well away from home of late. And Aston Villa had to come from behind to take all 3 points against Chelsea on Saturday. So another tight one. Villa away from home, not too great recently. Still chasing down Champions League spaces. But Crystal Palace, a real tough opponent to get past at the moment. So I think this is going to end up in a draw 1-1. Nathan, on the other hand, he thinks Aston Villa are going to take all 3 points in this one, and he's gone for 2-1 away victory. Next up, we got Wolves coming up against Fulham. Wolves on the weekend, as I said, taking all 3 points in that fixture away against Bournemouth, and Fulham, surprisingly for me anyway, not getting anything out of that Crystal Palace match where they lost 2-0. So in this one, I've gone for a 3-1 away victory to Fulham. I think they'll get back to winning ways. And Nathan has also gone for a Fulham victory. He's gone for a 2-1 away win. Next up, we got Chelsea coming up against Southampton. This kicks off at 8:15 on Tuesday. I don't think Chelsea will have too many problems getting past this woeful Southampton team, who've now let in 61 goals in the league. Chelsea, of course, back-to-back defeats now, going ahead in that match against Villa on the weekend, but ultimately losing that one 2-1. And I think Chelsea shouldn't have too many difficulties in this fixture. Just how many goals they can put past the Saints. I'm going to go for a 3-0 home win. Nathan has gone for 1 goal more. He thinks Chelsea are going to beat Southampton 4-0. Incidentally, before I move on to the Wednesday fixtures, all these matches in the UK are live on TNT Sports. Moving on to the next fixture though, we've got Brentford coming up against Everton. Everton, resurgent under David Moyes, although on the weekend they went 2-0 up against Manchester United. The Red Devils came back in that match to secure a draw. Brentford, on the other hand, currently in 11th position, back-to-back wins now, and it was a very, very good away win against Leicester City where they won 4-0. In this one, both sides very confident at the moment, but I think they'll cancel each other out, and I've gone for a 1-1 scoreline, and Nathan has agreed wholeheartedly with me on this one. He's gone for a 1-1 draw as well. Next up, speaking of the Red Devils, we've got Manchester United coming up against Ipswich. In this one, Ipswich, all sorts of problems themselves. 5 defeats in their last 6 matches. Manchester United, okay, they're in 15th position in the league, getting a decent enough point for them at the moment away against Everton at Goodison Park. But in this one, I think they'll gain all 3 points, and I can see them beating the Tractor Boys 2-1. And Nathan, he thinks Ipswich are going to win this one and take all 3 points in a 2-1 away win. Next up, we got Nottingham Forest coming up against Arsenal. Both of these teams being defeated on the weekend. Nottingham Forest away against Newcastle, and Arsenal suffering a really surprising home defeat 1-0 against West Ham. This one's going to be tight. I think it's going to end up all square, and I'm going to go for a very, very bland 0-0 draw. Nathan, on the other hand, thinks Nottingham Forest are going to take all 3 points, and he's gone for a 1-0 home win. Next up, we got Spurs coming up against Manchester City. Man City losing 2-0 against Liverpool in what you could say was the game of the weekend from a fixtures perspective, although I do think that Newcastle Nottingham Forest was probably a better spectacle. Spurs gaining a very valuable win. In fact, it's 3 wins on the bounce now for Tottenham Hotspurs, how they like to be called. An excellent 4-1 away victory against Ipswich Town over the weekend. In this one, though, I think Man City will return to winning ways, and I've gone for a 1-0 away victory to the Citizens. And Nathan, he's also gone for an away win, but he thinks Man City are going to win 3-1. Moving on to the 8:15 kickoff on Wednesday evening, we've got Liverpool up against Newcastle. Both of these teams, of course, winning on the weekend. Liverpool currently in first position, 11 points ahead of Arsenal at the time of recording, although Arsenal do have a game in hand on Liverpool. In this one, I think there's going to be goals galore. Isaac's on fire. Liverpool, with especially Salah, looking absolutely unstoppable. I'm going for a 4-2 home victory to Liverpool at Anfield. Nathan, however, he has gone for an unbelievable scoreline of Liverpool 3, Newcastle 3. And the final fixture of this game week takes place on Thursday evening. Jeepers creepers, how I hate football on Thursdays. We've got West Ham coming up against Leicester City. Leicester City can't do anything right at the moment. 5 defeats in their last 6 matches. 3 defeats on the bounce now. A terrible loss against Brentford at home on Friday. In this one, West Ham getting back to winning ways with that impressive 1-0 away win against Arsenal. I think they'll follow it up here with a 2-0 home win against the Foxes. And Nathan, he's agreed. He's gone for exactly the same scoreline as me. He's gone for a 2-0 home win for West Ham over Leicester. So those are my predictions and Nathan's for game week 27. Make sure you leave your predictions over at the Superbru website. See if you can beat mine and Nathan's scoreline. Failing that, leave your predictions as a comment. Enjoy all the Premier League action on Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. Myself and Nathan, hopefully, will be back very soon to give you the predictions for game week 28, which will take place after the 5th round of the FA Cup coming up this weekend.
Hey, I got something to say. I'm just so sick of hearing everyone complain. I know it's tough and I know there's pain, but hitting bottom is the only way to change. So I'll keep hustling, you keep struggling. Bitch, I'm humbling, keep mumbling, I'll keep